Do you want to know the secret to successful investing? Forget about trying to find the next hot stock or cryptocurrency. Don't even think about trying to get into the markets right before the market goes up and get out right before the market goes down. And stop trying to find next year's top mutual fund manager. It's impossible. Instead, focus on your asset allocation and your asset location. Find out what those mean right after this. Welcome to this week's Money Health Conversation. This is Derek Hagan, Certified Financial Planner, Certified Financial Behavior Specialist. Each week I talk about a new personal finance topic, incorporating the psychological and emotional aspects of money. I use everyday items around my office to help demonstrate the idea. You can learn more at moneyhealth.blog. This week we're going to talk about asset allocation and asset location. So for successful investing, you need to basically know two things. The first and far most important is something called asset allocation. Now, this is the allocation of your assets between different types of companies. So for example, if this is all of your money here, then you split this money into how much goes into stocks, how much goes into bonds, and how much stays in cash. You can further diversify too. Within the stocks, for example, you can have U.S. companies, foreign companies, small companies, big companies, value companies, growth companies, and so on. Within bonds, you can split those into short-term bonds or bonds that mature pretty soon, bonds that don't mature for a long time. You can have bonds issued by governments, bonds issued by corporations. You can have foreign bonds, and so on. So asset allocation is kind of diversification, but it's a policy. You set it. This is what the allocation is going to be. Now, the magic behind asset allocation is something called rebalancing. Once you have your target, so if this is your target here, once you've got your target allocation based on your unique needs and the money that you need and the money you're putting away and so on, as markets change, some investments are going to do better than other investments. So you get to sell the ones that did well and use that money to buy the ones that didn't do so well. This keeps your overall level of risk in line. If stocks keep going up and up and up, all of a sudden you've got way too much stocks in your portfolio. If bonds keep going down, you don't have enough risk in your portfolio. And this has the side benefit of allowing you to buy low and sell high without making any predictions. If this went up, you can sell it and buy more of these, for example. So that's asset allocation. The other thing I want you to focus on is asset location. That's the location of your assets, asset location, right? So there's basically three types of accounts in terms of taxability, and different investments have different tax consequences. So asset location is a process of putting different investment types into different types of accounts. So for example, you could have a bucket for taxable accounts, and you might want to put stocks in those taxable accounts. You might have tax deferred accounts. This is probably your 401k, IRAs, stuff like that. You might want to put your bonds in there because that interest is taxed at regular rates. So you get to split up which types of investments go into which type of accounts. That's asset location. Do those two things. Spend some time and figure out what mix of investments you should have, right, based on your needs and your tolerance for risks. And then figure out what kind of accounts you have access to and what kind of accounts you're using. Put the correct investments in the correct accounts. Sit back and behave. Ignore the financial media, and that's good money health. Thanks again for being with me today. If you like the video, click like, and if you like what I'm doing here, hit the subscribe button. If you know 1, 2, or 3 people that could benefit from seeing this video, please feel free to share this with them. You can learn more at moneyhealth.blog. That's where you can join the Money Health community. Money Health is supported in part by audience donations on Patreon. If you'd like to help keep Money Health ad-free, you can pledge your support at patreon.com/moneyhealth. If you feel nervous, shameful, or anxious when it comes to your money and finances, and you'd like to make a change, check out Hagan Financial. You can find out more at haganfinance.com. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.